Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm a licensed clinician, and I make little mini videos on different topics that come up in my clinical sessions with different clients and different couples and different families. And a lot of the topics that I discuss are also related to groups that I run. So some of the topics that I'm going to talk about today, they surface quite a bit in the codependency group and in the men's group that I run. Today we're going to talk about the victim mentality versus accountability and action mentality. So first I want to give you an overview of what the victim mentality is and where it comes from. It's not something intentional, and most people wouldn't even know that they live in a victim mentality. It's a mindset in which a person feels powerless and helpless, and they believe that everything happens to them and that they don't have control over their circumstances. So often individuals like this, they focus on external factors, external people. They often will look for others to blame or situations to blame. And it doesn't mean that the person isn't actually a victim. In some circumstances, certainly there is the concept of victimhood, but we're referring to when problems and patterns continue to arise and a person stays in the mentality of being the victim. And the problem is when we stay stuck in this situation in mentality, we not only end up having long-term feelings of hopelessness, we become very angry, we become resentful, and overall we can become very unpleasant to be around. Common phrases that people with the victim mentality might use: why does this always happen to me? There's nothing that I can even do to fix this. If only someone else would change, I'd be so much happier. Why are you being so mean? If someone's trying to hold you accountable. And these types of expressions, they're not coming from a place of someone being a bad person. It's just a lack of awareness. So shifting to the idea of accountability means you have to be willing to humble yourself to consider looking inward first, looking at yourself first before externally looking to blame someone else. So it shifts the focus internally, which is a great strength to have. And it's about recognizing that while we can't control circumstances around us or what happens to us, we can absolutely control what we do with circumstances and dynamics. And the gift of this mindset is that it allows us to take full ownership over our reactions, our situations, and it ultimately helps us grow and emotionally evolve. When we take accountability, it's not about blaming ourselves, it's not about shaming ourselves. It's about identifying that we have the ability to get out of our own ways and look for a way to help ourselves. This involves setting boundaries and being able to reach out for help to develop those skills of internal awareness. That's called building insight. And this concept of empowerment, that's actually what this is shifting from feeling as if something's being done to us and transitioning to looking at what we can do for ourselves. So it helps us shift out of helplessness. And the reason why this shift is so important, it's essential for emotional maturity. And it also allows us to create additional changes in our lives so that we don't repeat habits and patterns. And it also helps us improve communication in our relationships, in romantic partnerships, in our marriages, and in our peer relationships. When we grow, we're able to stop focusing on blaming and we start looking at what we feel we can do to make our circumstances different. So the idea of victim mentality is not about shaming ourselves. It's about looking at what we've done to keep ourselves in this mindset and what we can do to get ourselves out of this mindset. And there are very specific ways to do that. One of the ways to incorporate looking at whether or not you have a victim mentality is starting to track your patterns. Do you often find that you're the person who seems to always have things done to them? There's always problems and there's always chaos. It might be an opportunity to look at tracking whether or not there's a theme or a common denominator, because once you have that data, you can do something about it. So this is not a video to discourage you. This is to help move you, okay? If you want to find out more information, you're welcome to check out the website, or you can reach out for support. Take care.